I'm that chick that you should
get with. Know how to run it. Oh my God, Toy. What in the world? Why would you even have that color nail polish on your hands right now?
Are you serious?
I'm very serious. Like, what is that? You trying to phone home to ET or something like that? Like this, like it doesn't even go with your complexion. It's just bright. Like, why would you even do that?
You don't like my nail polish?
No,
I got so many compliments on my nails.
That is just—it's the ugliest thing I've ever seen ever in life.
It doesn't go with my complexion.
No, no. You're obviously way too brown for that.
Oh, my pressure.
Like, you're way too brown. And like, I'm just about to like, I don't even like it.
You can't be serious.
No, I'm very serious. Like, why would you even wear that nail polish along with those glasses?
Oh, is a prank or something?
You ain't getting punked. I'm just like, why would you do that?
My nails with the glasses.
Yeah, I just don't think that bright of a color
goes well with glasses
and your skin.
Oh, you know what? You're offensive.
I'm offensive. I'm just telling you something that's.
I'm offended. I'm offended.
Well,
I don't like it.
You shan't.
I think the words that are coming out of your mouth are just disrespectful. And I don't like it. It makes me uncomfortable, and I feel real offended.
And I think I low-key feel uncomfortable that you feel uncomfortable that I was saying all this stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
How
about that?
Right. Well, welcome to Let's Be Clear, y'all.
Hey.
All right. So that whole little
tidbit that we look
y'all. We're going to talk about a little conversation, a little thing that happened to me because we're talking.
Everything that goes on in Carly world is crazy.
It is crazy. So I love Toy's nails. Actually, I'm going to get them the next time, so don't get it twisted.
Barbie.
Right. And I wish I had those cute-ass glasses.
Thank you.
So
real cute.
Right. It's not even, that was just like a little joke because people offend you all the time. Well, you know what? People offend me all the time. Mm-hmm. Well, they say stuff to me.
I think people say things, a lot of rude, ill-ish to people all the time.
Right.
We just don't stop them. For whatever reason, we feel like it's okay, and we allow them to keep going on and on and on. So, Carly, I can't wait for her to tell you this story. When she tried to text it to me, and it no justice. She had to call and tell the story because it is ridiculous that people say whatever.
Yeah.
And she allowed it, so I was mad at her. Yeah. I wish that I was there to play even though she's way older than me, to play the big sister role. I really wish I was there. But anyways, I just felt like this lady had lost her mind, and somebody should help her find it.
Okay.
Tell her.
Okay. So I went to go get my hair done, right? And it is what it is. So I went to go get my hair done, and like right towards the end where she was finished, she figured out that I was a lesbian. Well, it wasn't because I was trying to put on a blast. It's just that Doc had some issues going on with her car. Mm-hmm. So I was like, we were trying to get AAA. So we were trying to get all this stuff done. And mind you, she's in another state. I'm here. So, we're just trying to get this stuff done. So the girl was like, do you need to go? Do you need to leave? Do you need to do something? I'm like, no, it's okay. My spouse just has some car issues, right? So I don't know if she could hear Doc on the phone or whatever like that, for her to know like it was my wife or whatever. So
maybe it's the pronoun game too.
Yeah, it could be the pronoun game.
Right.
So at the end she was like, that's just so funny you say your spouse, because normally people just say their wife. So I told her, I was like,
right. So the pronoun thing.
Right. So I told her, I said, well, I don't know how people take certain things. So, and I'm just that's me, period. Right. Like, I don't feel like the confrontation. So therefore I just say my spouse, and I don't question it, whatever like that. It's my spouse. And then you take it for however you take it. So I'm like, oh, yeah, well, my wife. And she was just like, oh, okay. And she's like, do you believe in God? I'm like, yeah, I believe in God. And she, basically asked me, do I feel like I'm going to hell, whatever like that. And I was like, no. And this all happened, mind you, on Palm Sunday. So, she was just going in talking about how she doesn't let her son hang around gay people because she doesn't want she want her son to be gay, and how. And she was just asking me if I was molested before, have I ever had sex with guys before?
That is so crazy.
So she was just asking me all these questions, and then told me that I had a price to pay. So to God, mind you.
Okay.
So this is after she told me she committed a sin. I don't want to, if just in case, because you can be ignorant, but you got talent, so I like your hair. So
you like her hairstyle or her hair skills?
Her hair skills. So and she just had something done for her. Like she had a procedure done to fix a problem that she was having, that was created. So she had to fix it to get rid of it.
Oh, okay.
If you read between those lines,
okay,
if you could try to figure that one out.
Okay.
So she's telling me this.
So nothing was born.
Right.
Okay.
As she told me what she did, but she was just like, I have a price to pay too, but I asked for God for forgiveness for my sin.
So she wanted you to be in her boat.
Right. Or, like, you know what? And that was a reflection. So she was reflecting on me of her stuff. Because she was like, I had to ask the Lord for forgiveness for me.
So because of her transgressions, she needs to put you into it too.
Right.
Oh, okay.
That's odd. Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay. So she, what did she do? Oh, so then she would just tell me I had a price to pay. Mm-hmm. And, and she said she felt like she wanted to tell me this because I had a good spirit. She felt like I had a good spirit. And so let me tell you all this because I just feel like you have a good spirit and, I can talk to you. But it was on her heart to tell me that I had a price to pay for my sins. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I looked at her and just let her know.
I'm like, who is she supposed to be? Like Mother Teresa?
I don't know. So I let her say her little piece. I said, you know what? I do know this. The God I know is a merciful God. He knows his children. He knows me, him straight. You do you. I'll do me.
Well, okay, so why did you allow her to do her whole? Because that's offensive.
It was very offensive,
and you were offended,
right? I mean, I was offended. But here's the thing: one, I don't like confrontation. Two, I'm not going to play into your ignorance. I'm just not, because to me, everything she was saying was ignorant to me. Like I just feel like you're just not smart.
But then, okay, it's one thing not to play into somebody's game. It impacted you. You know what I mean? Because you dwelled on it.
I did, because you know why? Because I hate when people try to take away, or try to take away me going to heaven, or me going, try to take away God from me.
So
like, you have a price to pay. I don't like that. Like, don't.
Okay, so since you didn't like it, regardless if you feel like she's ignorant or not, since you didn't like it, why didn't you stop her? Why did you allow her to continue to say whatever? Because you were offended. You were offended enough to call me, and then even it followed up the next day. And remember, that was something, I guess we can get into it later, that was something that kind of overflowed into the week. Yeah. So here it is, Monday, Tuesday, we still talking about something that happened on Sunday because you allowed this person to continue to go.
Right. I think the whole situation.
Wait, was your hair finished?
It was finished.
Okay. All right. Because there's that.
Right. So, I think the whole situation was bigger than that moment to me. Okay. Because God would use everybody just to send you a message. Right. In whatever shape or form. So I think that whole situation was bigger. And it wasn't in me at the moment to fight back or rebuttal. Because I'm like, I'm going to need you later with my hair. So it is what it is. So I didn't feel like going back and forth with her. And like I said.
But let me ask you this. Do you feel like you have to go back and forth? Like no, you know what I mean? Like if I say, and I think that's the whole thing I'm trying to figure out. And I don't know if it's different for men and women. Mm-hmm. A lot of times we are offended by something that somebody says, whether it's a colleague, somebody new, a supervisor, and they say things to us, and we allow it to take place, and we allow it to fester. And unfortunately, we have those things in there brewing, and we take it over into the week. Matter of fact, we take that mess in for years. There are so many crazy things that people have said over our lives. I mean, let's be real about it. It's things that maybe a teacher has said to one of us or to somebody who's out there listening. You ain't. gonna be nothing. You know what I mean? Or a mom or somebody saying something crazy. You're telling us what we're not going to be when we're destined for greatness. But somebody says those things and we allow them to say those things.
Right.
And we allow those things to fester. You know what I mean? And just to permeate into our spirit. For what? At what point did you be like, yeah, no. Stop, sign, yield, sign what?
I don't know. I need to really work on that to tell people, like, you know what? No, this is
Because
very
I think
offensive.
you talk about the whole confrontation thing. Is it really a confrontation?
I mean,
type
no,
thing?
to be like, no, you're being offensive. I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear it anymore because that's just like.
Well, okay, so it's not what you say; it's how you say it. We all know that. So even if you say I don't want to hear it, maybe you don't even have to take it as far as I don't want to hear it anymore, and you just say, you know what, you're offending me. I'm offended by this conversation.
And I could
Period.
have.
The end.
Right.
Not that I'm offended that you said this because I don't have to justify or I don't have to persuade you on who I am because I know who I am and whose I am. So I don't need you to. Exactly. Right. I don't need you to validate that.
Right.
So why can't I just stop it there?
I don't know. I mean, we should be able to. I should be able to, but I didn't. I just let her say
now,
her
why
piece.
should you be able to? You say
because
should.
Because if somebody's offended me, I want to be like, you know what? Stop.
Wait, why you say I want to be like? Why can't you just be like?
I don't know. Because I don't know. I got to really check into that because I can do it. I can practice it. I can start practicing it. Like, you know what? Keep your mouth closed. Because for some reason in my life, and my stories, people have a tendency to come into me and just say trifling stuff.
Right.
And I'll be like, excuse why?
So, and it's not that people haven't said something that was crazy to me, because I think it becomes a little risque, so to speak, when it's your supervisor or somebody like that. It's a little harder. You know what I mean? You really want to pick and choose, your battles,
right,
and your words very carefully.
Right.
I do need you to know who I am, though. And and I'm an adult, so I need you to talk to me as such,
right,
and not be talking crazy. Talking to me.
I've done it before at work.
Oh, have you?
Because my old supervisor, God bless her soul. She, I remember she used to always get on me, and she used to always say things to me and hurt my feelings, and it was a constant battle.
Right.
So I remember one day I prayed. I said, you know what? What's not going to happen is this. Right. I remember she called me in and she was just like, it was like almost like a daily abuse type of thing. So she was like, Carly. And, she pulled down her glasses and tilted her head and gave me the look. And I said, stop. Because I knew what was about to go down. I said, can it be fixed? She said, yes. I said, am I still within my time? Within the time allotted for the project? She said, yes. It will get done. Like, stop. Like, don't. Like, I'm an adult. If there's an issue, I can fix it.
Right.
So before you even try to tear me down, I'm gonna stop you before you tear me down.
Will you?
Sometimes.
Because people do all the time, and I remember, I knew I told you this story. A supervisor yelled my name so loud. Oh gosh! Even when I think about it to this day, I could just kind of hear it, and I didn't have to say something at first. The look that I gave him made it very clear. Don't you ever do that again. And I think it was due to the fact people really don't know where you come from. So because I had never heard a man yell my name out like that. I mean, that's my real name. You yelled it out as if I was your child, as if you were going to chastise me. Okay, we have a problem. Because I am in my 30s.
She old. Like
that was crazy. You're not, and it was later discussed. At that time, I don't think it was appropriate for us to talk at that time. I don't think his emotional intelligence would have allowed him to be able to understand where I was coming from. And it was definitely some disconnect. And it was definitely a shift in what was going on in his life that he felt like that was okay. Right. You know what I mean? And so, no, we don't need to address it then. However, we did address it. Because that's the issue. I don't ever want you to call my name like that because people are liable to snap back into who they was before. Now, I'm changed now.
Well, maybe it will be discussed between us, because, like I said, I don't have to like who you are to like your talent. So
Right.
so it might be discussed later on. Because my thing was the level of arrogance that was there. It was really, I was in awe. That was okay. So first of all, I was in shock
Right.
that it was happening.
Right.
So I couldn't say anything. And then I was just like, hold on though. You just got rid of somebody. and you up here like you're telling me my issues and what I have to pay for. But yet here you are. And it wasn't even the fact that what she did. It wasn't the fact, what she did. It was the fact that you're going to tell me I'm sinning, when I'm married to my wife. You tell me I'm sinning, but you can sit here and sleep consistently with a no good ass man and be like, you sinning. But you ain't married.
Because
fornication.
Right.
Fornication.
Right.
Sin is sin.
Right.
Ain't one bigger than the other.
None is greater.
So what? Like that, and that's how I feel. That's how I felt. I'm just like, you're saying this to me, and I'm just like, what?
And I understand the whole not going back and forth. I think that sometimes we let people talk too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, just enough is enough.
Right.
So you made the comment about okay, so do you feel like you have a price to pay? So now you're asking me, this is an interrogation, because now you're asking me all these questions, and then you follow up with, oh, have you been molested, and do you pray, and so now you want to know about my religious background. And I'm trying to figure out how this goes with the price of the payment I need to pay you for this. The price of this service that you just provided. How that work?
I don't know.
Exactly. So to me, that's crazy. She was doing the most, and you're right. It was a level of arrogance. Clearly, you know what I mean. Like, what kind of house you living in?
Right, because she was like, I go to church every Sunday,
and so
I'm just like, okay, I go to church every other.
Oh.
But that doesn't take.
And I go on Easter.
Right. But that doesn't mean anything to me. But
it doesn't.
It doesn't. And the thing is, like I said, I think what happened was bigger than what it was, because it was saying, because at the end of the day, like I said, I wanted some palms, whatever like that. I was texting everybody, I need a palm. It's Palm Sunday. I have no palms. So I remember going to the grocery store, and when I opened up my trunk, there was an old palm sticking straight up out of my trunk. So basically, like I said, it was bigger than just some girl telling me that I was going to go to hell or whatever. It was Jesus saying, I got you. You here.
Just a reminder of the promise.
Right. He was reminding me, saying, I got you. This is what it is. So I was like, okay.
I think that's awesome. I'm glad that you were able to get the bigger picture.
Yeah, I got the bigger picture. So that's why I'm not even mad at her.
But my thing is, no, because you were. So you were not, there was a bigger picture. Okay. There was the bigger picture, and I get that. And it's great that we can find the bigger picture in things. But the truth of the matter is you were upset. Regardless, you got the palm, you were happy. It still was something did not sit right with you. You were still aggravated and annoyed with the fact that this chick had the audacity, the unmitigated gall to come at you as such.
Well, you know why though? Because this has happened to me all my life.
So exactly. So at what point do you be
I don't know. Like, because I had a family.
There's a lot of big pictures.
Right. Because I had a family member text me, vote against gay marriage. Huh? I wanted to be like, bitch, who are you to tell me to vote against gay marriage when I'm gay as a mug? I am the lesbian of the family. It is what it is. It is what it is. So I'm just like, how you gonna tell me not to vote for gay marriage when I'm gay as hell and I want to get married?
So what do you say something? Okay, because you can say, the bigger picture is, I don't know, whatever you were able to pull from that and you found the bigger picture was.
You know what? Like I said, I don't like confrontation. And maybe that's something I need to, not to confront somebody or just say, you know what, stop it. And, and defend myself. Because maybe that's something I don't do. I don't defend myself. Because people say crazy stuff to me all the time, just like, don't vote for gay marriage. Or I can't have my kids around your house.
Okay, so if somebody say, don't vote for gay marriage. So let's just say somebody random, okay, or comes up to you and says, hey, don't vote for gay marriage. Why can't you just say, I will though, because I'm gay? What is the? And I'm not attacking you. I'm just trying to figure out what is so hard
Because
about. Because I do the same thing at times.
Because the person that I know what road it will go down, and it was family, and I know.
But other people, okay, so let's take it outside of family.
Okay.
Like you said, people try you. So I'm almost curious if there's something written on your face or if it's a vibe or something because.
That says try me, just say anything.
And I'm not saying I never get, I don't get tried. I mean, clearly I get tried. I do feel like, I do have that face like, not today.
Right.
Like, I don't think you want to do that.
Do I? Oh, excuse me. Did you hear that?
That's Carly burping on
No,
the
I had
mic,
some
y'all.
water. Oh my God.
What a nasty sound.
Oh, I'm gonna hide under. I'm hiding under this desk. Say it again. I lost my train of thought. Like, I don't know. It's gonna take some. I don't know.
I'm okay. So, if it's not family. If it's anybody, okay, so say it's not the...
No, if it's too much, especially somebody I don't care about.
It's a chick that do your eyebrows. Okay, so you going to get your eyebrows done. And she say something slick to you. Like, really? You don't even need to be getting your eyebrows done. You probably... I don't know. The way they look, they just kind of off anyways. Nothing's going to help you. Like, just start going in.
I have to be like, all right, well, you know what? F you, bye. Like, especially if somebody I don't care about.
Currently is not going to say that.
No, okay, I'm not going to say F you. But if somebody, like, I don't really care about.
But you don't care about the chick doing your hair. You never met her before. That was your first time.
You know what? This has happened to me. I'm just realizing, okay. You know, because, this is the habits of, I'm not trying to make this a whole, oh, Carly, you're lesbian type of podcast. No. But let me tell you before, and this is one time when I did try to defend myself.
Okay.
So this is when I was still dependent underneath my father.
Okay.
I went to a military hospital. I went to OBGYN. And he asked me, would I have any STDs or whatever. I said, no. I told the OBGYN, who was my doctor, I'm a lesbian. I think your doctor needs to know your sexual preference because they're your doctor and they're going inside places where they need to know. Okay. So he was in the military. He was a military doctor. I had to go to another OBGYN later on within the same base, to get my test results. And the doctor came to me and she was like, I have something to tell you, but you can't say where it came from. And obviously she was gay. So okay. I knew what she was because, it was just obvious. And I was like, what happened? She said, on my record, when you pulled up my name, it said lesbian that uses various amounts of toys anally and vaginally. in your anal and vagina, whatever. That's what it said. So whenever somebody... So what I noticed was that day when I went to the doctor, when people put up my name... They were looking at me funny. That's because it said lesbian that uses various amounts of toys.
Stop. Why don't you just write a book?
Right.
Let's write the book. That's crazy.
I know, but it happened to me. So that day, I started crying. I was embarrassed because whenever you pulled up my name, that's what you saw underneath my name. So I was crying, and I ended up talking. I didn't talk to the general, but I ended up getting to the general of the base. And
how old were you?
I was in my 20s.
Okay.
You know what? I couldn't have been no older than 21. So I had to be like maybe 21 before my stuff expired. Because I think that's what I was trying to do.
Okay.
And they couldn't do anything about it. He was retiring. That's what they told me. Although the guy looked really young. He looked young. And he didn't look like he was about to retire. But they told me at the time.
So you reported him?
I did report him. Mm-hmm. And what I really should have told, I really should have told my father exactly what happened. So because he was in the military at that time, he could have handled it accordingly.
Okay.
But he probably wouldn't have because he says offensive stuff to me all the time too.
So where does it stop? I mean, because you know what? Like I said, my family has said crazy things. Friends, foes, people say crazy stuff. I think the older that I get, I don't have the strength for all that. Like, who are you talking to? And why are you talking to me like that? You know what? And why do you feel like it's okay?
Well, my thing is, especially when it comes to like, especially with sexuality and stuff like that, right. I'll let your opinion be your opinion. It's going to be your opinion. This is what you believe. it is what it is. You know, I had to fight long and hard for me to even, you know, I grew up in the church. Okay. So I grew up in a very holy family somewhat, you know what I mean? The first half of my life. So it took me a long time for me to even accept that me being me was not a sin. So I understand people have their opinions. So I'm just not going to.
So is it when it only comes to your sexual orientation that you choose not to say anything?
Maybe.
Okay.
That could be it.
So if somebody says something about your height,
I'm like, shut up.
like,
Because don't tell me I can't wear heels, because you know what? That's the issue. So I hate when people tell me I can't wear heels.
So if it's somebody, so if it's somebody at our job from across the hall, and they say something to me, say something to you.
About what?
Like, oh, why you got those heels on?
Because I want to wear heels.
I mean, and let's just say that they are high up. What do you say, honestly? Like,
if they're high up?
Yeah, what do you say? Do you allow that to go? Like,
like you got.
Basically everybody that's across the hall are pretty high. You know what I mean? Like, okay, so if they said something to you about your heels tomorrow, what do you say?
Girls can wear heels. Like,
what?
Like, girls can wear heels. Like, I'm still a woman. Like, why can't I wear heels?
So would you say that to them?
I would say something else, but I wouldn't say it in that way.
Okay,
I'm not sure what I would say because
I'm her. I'm
okay,
and you know. Okay, all right.
We're practicing.
So, Carly, why you got them heels on? Don't you think you're tall enough? I mean, those heels are high. What are you doing? What do you?
Oh, I can't say sexy because I'm the sexual for me. I'm that person now. I don't know what I would say. I would come up with something right then and there because let me tell you.
But what is
people talk about me being tall all the time and me wearing heels?
Right. But my thing is, I feel like sometimes you have for example, so the lady said, so everybody that knows me or see me knows that I am skinny. Okay. So the lady across the hall at our job says to me, oh, Montoya, I haven't seen you in such a long time. Government name. Haven't seen you in such a long time. Wow, you look really skinny. You should eat more. And and I was like, oh, well, I don't think that you should. And that was it. She turned beet red. It was somebody else out there, so I'm pretty sure if they wanted to report me, they could. I'm not sure if they would even have a case because you don't get to say that to me. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's where we need to come from, an area where, like, you know what? I reserve the right to advocate for myself. You don't get to say that to me. And that's the whole, we can't even get into this, but that's the whole double standard that people feel like, if you're skinny, I can say something to you. But now if I was fat, they wouldn't say nothing to me. She would not tell me, ooh, you do not need to eat that sandwich. I don't think that would happen.
Remember that time? Oh my gosh, this happens to me in life.
I know exactly where you're about to go. So what I'm saying is, I feel like she wouldn't have said that to me if I was big. And I think that by me making that statement, she will never say anything to me. I've seen her in the hall in passing. Hey, how are you? You know what I mean? I don't wait to see how she really is. Hey, how are you? And keep it moving. But I think I had to set her straight because you don't get to say that to me. Who you think you're talking to? Now, we could be real professional, okay? I need you to understand that I have feelings too. You're not going to say that to me because really you low-key jealous. How about that?
Okay.
But then, so I know you might talk about the officer. Okay. Carly has...
It's on my head.
Please,
it's on my forehead.
Email us, give us some feedback.
I'm just gonna let you know.
However, would you Facebook us, Instagram us, whatever, Twitter, and tell Carly that she need to start advocating for herself and stand up for herself because these people are so reckless. Why this guy at our job? There's what was it like yogurt day or something like that?
Yeah, it was like soft serve ice cream day.
Yeah, so we're all in the cafeteria, and you know I'm a skinny fat girl, so anytime ice cream is available, I'm there. Any type of goodies, I'm there. Anyways, Carly, it was a bunch of us at that.
Yeah.
We're down there getting ice cream, putting all these toppings on it.
I'm so over.
Putting all these toppings on it. And Carly says, oh my God. Carly's getting it, and the guy was like,
You know better.
Yeah, you don't need that.
You know better.
Now you
You know better.
I guess if you know better, you do better.
But okay. So sorry. So I was my mouth just dropped.
But that's the whole thing where Carly, I feel like this man, I don't know if he felt like he could say that because he was an officer or if he felt like he can say that because, I don't know, that he was older and he thought he could get away with it. I'm not really sure what it was.
But it was crazy though, because he just said, you know better. And that we didn't eat, none of us said anything.
I think I was in awe.
You was in shock. I was in shock.
Yeah, because I feel like that, what? You can't tell somebody they can't.
That was crazy.
Why are you telling us that? Why would you say that in front of everybody?
Everybody. And it was loud.
Right, and he meant it. Like he was not
and
remorseful.
I didn't say anything. But he ended up being like fired later on though.
He didn't get fired.
Yes, he did. He had to because he was offending everybody. He was a very offensive person.
He was offensive. But
he was a very offensive
maybe
person.
He just maybe he just retired and just continued to be,
offensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm going to work on it. I'm going to work on not letting people say certain things to me. And
And how does that look?
Stopping them.
You don't even sound convincing. I feel like it has to be something written on your face, like low key, that people don't know and they feel like they can say whatever to you. It has to be. How will all these people try you? No, I'm wondering, like, what is it that make people?
Maybe because I have that face that look like I'm not going to fight back. Because maybe
like, oh, I'm so sweet, I'm so innocent,
right? Or maybe because you know what? Because a lot of times, I know this was an issue when I was younger. I had friends who used to tell me, well, my friend Neen, she'd be like, they used to ask if I had a backbone. And so then she'd be like, I'll be Carly's backbone. You know what I mean? And if somebody asked me anything, she'll have the attitude and reply back for me if she felt like my answer wasn't correct or if my response wasn't there.
So let's get down to the nitty gritty, to the meat of everything.
Oh, shit.
So I'm Dr. Phil. So, okay, back in the day, growing up as a kid, did you stand up for yourself then? Like, were you bullied? I think all of us were bullied at some type of form or fashion. But I'm just saying, like, because, again, how we are as adults, it goes, you got to go back to the root and try to figure things out. Like, why am I like this? Why do I do this?
I think I was low-key bullied. A lot of times people always tried me. It started from, like, when I was in the first grade. People always made fun of me, or people used to like mess with me, or that I was.
So what were
bullied.
you taught? Well, okay, so what? Okay, so you talking about kindergarten?
Even for first grade.
Okay, so what were you taught in your household? Like, okay, so for me, I was taught that you're supposed to tell the teacher. Yeah, the teacher don't do anything, then you do it. But you first you're supposed to tell your teacher.
Excuse me, y'all.
Cough up a lung. So you're supposed to tell the teacher. Now, if it comes that the person's still bothering you, you're supposed to defend yourself. You're supposed to stand up for yourself. So
I don't remember learning anything about that.
So okay, so say for example, somebody is picking on you at school. Do you go home and tell?
I think I did one time. Oh, so let me tell you an experience I had. So when I
tell us about a time when.
Right, I have stories to be beyond stories. So I was in the second grade, and these little white girls, they were calling me Aunt Your Mama, right? So yeah, so they kept on calling me Aunt Your Mama. So
Aunt Jemima.
Aunt Jemima. What's the little lady on the thing?
Aunt Jemima.
Yeah, but there was like Aunt Jemima. So they kept on calling me that, Aunt Jemima, whatever her name is. And so I went to the I told. And I first told my mom. So my mom was like, "Okay, let's go tell the counselor." So I told the counselor, like, keep on calling me Aunt Jemima.
Okay.
And the counselor said to me, Aunt Jemima is a very beautiful woman. And that you should be, it's not offensive to be called.
Where was your mother?
She wasn't there.
How old were you?
I was in the second grade.
Okay, so what did you feel? Did you feel like that she was a nice person? Were you
Well, first of all, I
offended?
didn't even know who she was. I didn't like pancakes back in the day, so therefore, I didn't even know who she was or how she looked. I knew,
It was derogatory because of how they said it.
Mm-hmm. So
did you believe her? What did you say? Nothing.
Nothing.
So at what? Okay, so
I don't know.
Trying
So
to figure
maybe
out when does Carly stand up for Carly?
Today. I don't know.
No, I'm just
It must be on my face because, like I said, because I lived in a lot of places, so therefore, it's always made me. I always had to make friends, right? I always had to make friends. I always tried to make friends, but these friends were always mean to me. And you know what it is? Now that, and I'm just going to put it out there, now that I'm part of the cool gang, because you know what? This chick right here, I'm sorry. I'm cute. I'm little. I don't want to call myself fly, but when I do step out, I step out nice.
Okay, wait, whoa.
Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm just going to say this.
Now, why don't you want to call yourself fly?
Okay, shut up. So, okay. Y'all psychoanalyzing that self over there. Stop it. So, because back in the day, I was the nerd. I was the person that everybody picked on. I was that person that people threw stuff at. I was a person, I had very awful things happen to me from people before. These kids were effing mean. They were mean to
And this is
me.
elementary.
This is elementary school, high school.
So what I'm asking
everything.
you is...
So therefore, I never had... Okay.
Also,
I never had anybody defending me. Also.
So when you told your mother, what happened?
I don't remember what happened.
So who was your refuge?
No one.
So Carly, so you getting bullied, you don't tell anybody.
I told my mom about it. I told my mom about it. And maybe she did something behind the scenes because the girls had to apologize to me.
So you told your mom about that. So
yeah.
Okay, that's first grade.
So
okay, continuing.
So then, I remember we moved to Guam, right?
Okay.
Now, you might have been to Guam. Some of these Guamanians are darker than me. Okay.
Okay.
They black. Okay. They might as well be. What I don't know. Their hair is different, and they.
Okay.
So, their main thing was calling me the N-word.
Really?
Yes, they kept on calling me the N-word. And when I told the teachers didn't care because I was an N-word to them too. I was one. They were like, maybe.
Did you go to school on base?
No, I went to a local school on the island. That was crazy. They didn't have schools on the base. At least then they didn't.
Oh, okay.
I went to a school where chickens and snakes were in the bathroom.
Right.
No lie. So, so they called me the N-word. And so when I told the teachers, they didn't care. They did not care whatsoever. And I don't remember the result of that. I don't remember what happened. I don't remember if I told my mom that or what. Right. I don't know if I just took it. But this is just something that happened all of my life. So I don't know. And something I need to fix. It is. So I just, and maybe because I had no one ever defending me, maybe I felt like maybe it wasn't.
We need to start a journal about things that we need to.
Because maybe it wasn't just made for me to, maybe that's, the whole, I guess the other podcast when I was like, maybe I'm not deserving. And maybe that has a lot to do with that because no one ever had my back.
So, and I think maybe it's different for me. So for me.
Damn. You ain't Dr. Feeling me no more. I'm tired of this, honey. This ain't Oprah. We ain't on her couch yet.
I love Oprah.
Yeah,
because I think for me, maybe it's different for me when I think about it. Is because I remember being little and somebody bothering me. I'm telling my cousins. I didn't
have any family like that to tell.
So, and I think maybe that helped me. That may have helped. And my grandfather was real big on, you defending one another. You looking out for one another. If somebody say something crazy to one, then somebody needs to be jumping in. Like,
right.
That's just how. So I grew up in that way. Not to say it's the right way. I think that it helped me though because I knew somebody had my back, and then after a while, I had my own back, and then I think I developed a sense of, okay, who you talking to? You're not talking,
right.
You know what I mean? Not talking to
right.
me. And so I don't really care how big you are. I'm not condoning, violence. Well, I'm not scared of you either. So, I mean, what you want to do? Because the whole people are bullied, period. I think these people out here talking about some bullying and just start. I think this cyber bullying thing is the new thing now because we have social media, and it's unfortunate because you are bullied not only in school, but then it's after school. When we were bullied in school, and we just had to get through the day because it didn't really overflow and after we left the school. With this generation, there's Twitter, there's all types of accounts, and you know what I mean? So it continues to overflow. At what point do you just stand up for yourself? Like, enough is enough. And I'm not saying like you have to fight somebody, but I do feel like it's okay for you to say, stop. You are offending me. Like, who, like what? Enough. And I don't think that every time you say that it has to be, you have to be, combative. When you say it, I don't believe that. But I still feel like, I don't know. At some point, you have to stop it because it continues to go. And just like how you said, it started when you were little and you didn't have anybody to have your back. And so it just continued to go. So as an adult, sometimes we don't have people to really have our backs. We have to have our own backs. So at this point in the game, who stands up for Carly? It needs to be Carly. Because you are your biggest advocate. You know what I mean? So you need to be standing up for yourself because people will say all kinds of crazy things to us all day long. It don't stop because you get grown.
It doesn't. You're right.
It overflows in our adult life. So I think that it needs to be addressed.
Yeah, and it's something I need to work on because I should have stopped her. I should have stopped her in her conversation.
Right. And
tell her that it was offensive because instead of just letting people just speak their opinion, I need to be like, you know what?
Right, because she's entitled to her opinion and so are you.
But you don't need to tell me your opinion.
Right.
Everything does not need to be vocalized.
No, it doesn't. And so, and the fact that she continued to go on and on and on is what was annoying to me.
I know.
Just listening to it.
You was pissed off.
I was so mad. I wish that I was there because I'm like, excuse me. Because to me, the bigger picture was for me is that she is quite ignorant because she clearly is not business minded because why would someone say those things? You don't care about your client. She don't know how many people you could have brought to her.
Right.
You know what I mean? I like how I like the way that she did your hair. I don't want to go to her. That I'm already annoyed by her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so who knows if you would have sent her 5, 10, 15 people and got her clientele boosted. She doesn't know that. So if every person that sits down in her chair, is it a judgment chair? Because I feel like it's the hot seat once you sit down. And I'm just trying to figure out how you reserve that right.
Yeah. Yeah. I get it. I understand. It's a lot now that I think about it. But you know what, though? Like, I do, like, as a kid, I didn't have anybody who has my back. But now, as an adult, I have people who have my back all the time. Like my friend Neen would be like, if somebody mentions my name, she is quick to turn around, get in a conversation. What Carly? My Carly? Oh, no. So what you ain't going to do is, you know what I mean? And talk about me. Or even Doc. Doc will sit there and straight handle somebody, especially when it comes to my height or me wearing heels. I'd be like, and she, next thing you know, she's taking over. And but you know what? I have people who have my back now as an adult, and I tried.
But at work,
I need to be more
right
for me.
Right.
I need to do it myself.
And it's great that we have people that have our backs. I think that we need to really have our backs. You know what I'm saying? I think that it's great that you have a supporting cast. That's awesome. However, I don't really need so-and-so to speak up for me because I have a mouthpiece and I'm going to use it. Now, it's great to have them. I just really don't need that. You know what I mean? I feel like I can hold my own. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm glad that they are able to speak up for you, but who speaks up for you?
When no one's around.
Right.
And I think, like I said, in that situation, I just didn't feel like being bothered. But
you were bothered, though.
I was bothered. But like I said, there was a bigger picture with it.
But you didn't even... But
I didn't know about it then. Right. I didn't know about it.
Right. You didn't even know about the bigger picture.
Right.
Now, you could go ahead and try to highlight the bigger picture. I think that's great. I get it. What I'm saying is, let's not make so light of the situation because that happened to you on Sunday. As of Tuesday, you were still harping on it.
Yeah.
It still bothered you.
Well, it bothered me, one, because I don't like when people try to mess with me and my God.
So then you stop it.
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
Right. So because it
happened to me several occasions.
Right. And it's so disrespectful for her to sit up there and say that. Who is she? She don't have a heaven or hell to put you in. So who is she to say, okay, do you believe in God? Do you go to church? Do you pray? Really? You was just at the clinic. Really? You got a baby out of wedlock. Get out of here. So who you supposed to be? We all have issues going on. Mm-hmm. I don't need to be trying to judge you. I think that the whole judging thing, I feel like we all do it at a certain level. Mm-hmm. I think that was so just despicable. That's just too much. I'm sorry. No class, no tact whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you don't get to tell me where I'm going. You don't get to ask me question, because it was question mark. Mm-hmm. Do you pray?
Right. Do you pray?
Do you know how to pray? Do you go to church? Huh?
Have you been molested? Have you done?
And that's so private.
And I was really in shock. Let me tell you, I was more so in shock.
And I would have had to, and even in shock, I would have to stop it. Like the whole molestation thing, you have gone too far.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Why would you ask somebody that?
Right. You're right.
Were you molested? Who asked? Okay, is it okay for me just to meet a stranger and be like, oh, hey, how you doing? So what kind of plans or goals do you have set for your life? Oh, really?
Yeah.
Or say if I meet somebody, I'm like, wow, you look really nice. How much do you make? Really? Mm-hmm. Can I come to somebody's house and be like, hey, this is a really nice house. How much did you pay for it?
I don't know.
I don't think that you can say certain things. And some people have to stop you.
Right. We're going to change the name to this podcast to Carly's Therapy Sessions because I'm so
I'm going to be in the hot seat next time.
Right.
But you tried to get at me when we were talking about on the last episode about
receipts ain't shit. Excuse my language, y'all. I'm sorry.
Potty mouth.
Sorry.
I'm just saying. This is your therapy session. Sometimes you need a cleansing of the soul.
Yeah, and sometimes I need a reality check to kind of like stick up for Carly.
I do. I think you need to learn how to stick up for yourself. I think you need to be an advocate for yourself because no one else will. And I think you show people how to treat you. Yeah,
that's true.
And even when you show them and they still don't get it, then you tell them, this is how I need to be treated. And it's a period. It's not a semicolon. It's not, ... This is how I need to be treated. You need to respect me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because the minute you fall off, then they're like, yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of aha moments because, just thinking about it and how I grew up and how people tried me and now who I am now, I just feel like, oh, okay. Right.
You let them, and then you let it fester.
Yeah.
Right. Just like how you remember you end up bringing up the fact that, okay, this happened on Sunday. Like Tuesday, we were still talking about this. Carly did not do any work. She sat at my desk. And she had
therapy sessions there too.
She came in. You came in the office, and you were talking about
because
somebody.
I saw them the other day. That's why.
Right. I think the issue that happened with the girl who did your hair. Mm-hmm. I think that is still because you never got closure with the church. So people are always talking about your God. Not only not having closure at church, but then within your family, and people were saying crazy stuff. People not accepting Carly for who she is and judging Carly by her sexual orientation and not loving and accepting who Carly really is.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're looking, into other stuff.
Right.
Why? You know what I mean? That doesn't define you. I am a lesbian. That's it. Yeah, that doesn't define who you are. So I think that was the soft spot because not only did she say that to you, she said it on a Sunday, it's Palm Sunday, you in a good spirit, good vibes, good energy.
Getting my hair done.
Right. And then she's saying something like that. And then it's the whole, do God love me? And, you still have to struggle with that. That's that inner struggle that you're still stuck with. Then that triggered off when people are saying crazy stuff, then the chick that you seen over the weekend, and you're like,
I can't believe that chick denied me with her ugly self. That's how I felt.
okay, so please.
Okay, so
Let them
anyway,
know.
so my friends tried to hook me up with this girl, right? So a long time ago.
Long time ago's days.
Long time ago's days. And she, first of all, wasn't even my type, okay, at all. Like, she was nowhere near my type. She was like, she would be a troll's type. Like, she would be like, if Shrek had a sister and she had warts all over her face, that's who type she would be. And so, but the chick took one look at me back in the day and was just like, And I felt some kind of way. So when I saw her the other day, she still looks the same. And I know me, which I don't look the same like I used to back in the day.
Right.
I'm not the same person I was back in the day.
But regardless of how you look now,
right?
It doesn't mean anything. You were stuck on the whole point that
she denied me. She rejected me. She was just like, not her, not me.
And so you felt like she didn't have the right to deny you because of how she looked.
Well, I did, because I'm just like, how dare you? You're not even cute. And regardless of how I was back then, I was cute. And not saying it's about looks, but I was cute. I don't care. Well, all my flaws and all, I was still cute. But you want to sit here and tell me, say,
So you felt like because she looked a certain way.
Oh, here we go. I don't feel like being Dr. Phil.
No, I'm just asking.
Stop it. Go ahead.
And I definitely not gonna be Ayana.
Right.
So you felt because of how she looked, she couldn't tell you? I mean, she couldn't like write you off or like dismiss you?
I think the way she dismissed me was just rude.
I believe that too.
Like the way she was like,
so let me ask you. So she looked rude. Like, if she looked like Queen Latifah. Okay, so she looked like Queen Latifah. Is she able to dismiss you?
No.
So who's
no one? But the point is, it was her that dismissed me
because the way she looks.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay,
I was judging her looks.
Okay, I'm glad you doing the work.
Shut up.
I'm just saying, because she can look however she wants to. Mm-hmm. She has the right to dismiss whoever she wants to.
You're right.
So she stood up for herself,
right?
And you should have been able to stand up for yourself. So are you mad at her or are you mad at yourself?
Maybe I'm mad at me because I didn't say no first. Because the thing is, I'm just too nice of a person. I'm not going to sit there and be like,
But I think it's deeper than that, because even if you would have said no first, she said no, and you feel like because she looks like how she looks, she can't deny you.
Oh my God. If you like the right LB Clear, please.
I'm just saying. You already know I'm about to go in on her.
I'm tired. No, you're not. You're not about to go in on me, because this ain't on. I'm not about to go in. No.
I'm gonna be like Ayana and go off on you and get a whole bunch of ratings and then be like, bye. I hope you get some therapy.
Look yourself in the mirror. Look at yourself. What do you see?
You're trifling.
Right. Right. You sleeping all around town. Look at you.
You're
Open
nasty.
your legs. Open your legs. What you think was between your legs? What's between your legs? What are they? How much is that worth? And then you're crying. Oh. And she's like, come on.
Lay your head on my bosom.
Right. Oh, big old bosom south. I don't need no. I understand. I have some work I have to do. I'm still working on me. That's why we are collectively learning, evolving, and reinventing, honey. That's why. Clear. Hello. I am still working on me.
That we all are.
It is a battle.
So I'm working on my closet.
Crap than a little bit. I have a lot of crap. I have a book I have to write.
We have a lot of crap, whether it be tangible or intangible. We have a lot of stuff going on.
We do.
And I get it. So last episode, you was getting on me about all the stuff that I have and accumulating junk and holding on to receipts.
Well, I'm about to Ayana your life next time.
A low-key hoarder. So
yeah, we're about to Ayana your life. I'm about to find a topic. I'm like this. So
can you fix my life in one episode? Really?
No.
That is so unrealistic.
I'm gonna have a toy series.
Hey.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all about you. We're gonna talk about this. Shh.
And we can talk about daddy troubles.
Oh, we could do that. No, I don't know.
We can talk about daddy troubles. I'm gonna talk to my therapist tomorrow about them.
Right, because I'm just like, we could talk about them, but again, my stories, my life, I don't know what it is. I need to pray to Jesus. You know what though? I am
Do you pray?
Shut up. One thing I'm resilient as a mother. I have been through a lot in life, but I come out strong. You know, although people do stuff to me.
Look at that diamond.
I am here. I'm like, rawr. That's what I'm saying.
You may be ugly.
I quit. I quit.
You gotta love color purple.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. No,
but I'm here, damn it. I'm here. I may be black. And I may be ugly. But I'm here.
Help her.
Yes, I'm here. That's all I gotta say is I'm here. And I'm surviving. Shit.
She is surviving.
Excuse me.
We are surviving. We're survivors.
Surviving. Right. I'm
We ain't
surviving
gonna
like
give
a
up.
mug.
We ain't gonna let her.
If you want to see the word survivor, it's Carly underneath it. Picture, smiles, ting. It's me. Sorry.
So we all have work. We all have work to do. I think as a recap, when people are offending you, stop them. Don't allow people to offend you to the point where it overflows and it is now festering. You know, you can give stuff a moment because we're human, and that happens. You can give things a moment. It's just when it carries over, we stay in that place for too long. We don't want to do that. We don't want to be stuck in that place for too long, harboring ill feelings about what somebody said, because there's people who talk about, I mean, I have family members who are holding on to things that happened 50 plus years. You don't want to do that. Set yourself free. People say a lot of crazy things. Prove them wrong. Success is the biggest
What does
revenge.
Beyonce say? Best revenge is your paper.
What do Brandy say?
Get information. Oh, did I tell you I met Brandy? Oh, she know I met Brandy because guess who met Brandy via FaceTime?
Moi.
Ooh, yeah.
Look at God.
Look at him.
Look.
Okay, sorry.
Real funny story though. If you have to use the restroom, and you, I mean, what's the craziest thing that you ever had to do? If you just had to go real bad, like, have you ever considered using the restroom in your car? Today was a horrible day. I thought in my mind that I could hold it 40 miles. I was running late for the appointment. I only had to use, it was just 25% that I had to go at that time. By the time I walked to the car, it was 35%. I get on the road. All of a sudden, the floodgates open. It's raining like crazy. My mind is going nuts. I'm driving as fast as I can. I pull over to what I think is McDonald's, but McDonald's is closed. But mentally, I already had prepared that I was going to run into McDonald's.
And use the restroom.
So now I am desperate. So I look down at the Diamond Princess.
Were you looking for containers and cups? Because I know I have.
Exactly. I had a Tupperware container, but I could not find it. And I was fidgeting through my purse. I was just so nervous. I'm like, oh, my God, please. And then I thought about it. I'm like, well, I do have leather seats. So then I'm like, oh. So then I thought about the mats. And I'm like, well, it could probably stay in the crevices, right? So I was so nervous. Do you know I pulled over at a hospital in the emergency part?
It was an emergency.
That's how I felt. You know where the trucks go? Where not the trucks, but the ambulance. So, right. That zone, the U shape. So I went.
She illegal. Arrest her.
So desperate.
Arrest her.
No, listen. So I pulled over, went in the loop, jumped out, and made it seem like I was frantic or whatever.
You were frantic. You were peeing
I was,
yourself.
but I mean, it seemed like maybe I could have a loved one or something in there.
Right.
So I jump out. I run into this guy. Lord forgive me. Run into this guy who arm is in a sling, eye patch and everything. I feel so bad for him. I did apologize. To use this restroom, I thought I was going to pass out, but I felt so embarrassed and desperate that I looked around for a Tupperware container because it was about to go down on 95.
I've been in worse situations, so
right.
I understand.
It's the worst. Having to use the restroom is the freaking
on the
worst.
road.
Yes.
Try being in traffic.
I was in traffic. There's always traffic on 95, and it was raining, and it was a lot of trucks. So that was my day today. So I'm going to end with an affirmation.
Please do.
Carly, say this to yourself. I am courageous.
I am courageous.
And I stand up for myself.
And I stand up for myself. I am courageous. And I stand up for myself. Oh, I am courageous.
Yeah, I encourage Carly to believe that.
I am courageous. And I stand up for myself.
And she don't take her meds either.
Okay. Anyway.
If you want to find us.
Yes. Email lbclearpodcast@gmail.com. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LB Clear Podcast. YouTube, LB Clear Podcast. So holler at us, give us our information, feedback, comment.
Right.
Do something.
Right. We like to hear from y'all.
Yeah, we do.
We love y'all. We want y'all to love us back.
If you want to be in a podcast too, hit us up.
Right.
We inviting folks. Come on, it'll be a party.
We could call y'all. Or y'all can come up into the studio. Shout out to Lion Fox.
Yeah. Greg. All right. Well, we appreciate y'all. Thank you again for joining us on another week of LB Clear. Let's be clear.
Judge me not.
Bye.
Talk to you next week.
I'm that chick that you should be lucky to get with. No hit and run with it. I'm doing it up all over the world. I'm getting real love all over the world. Everywhere I go, I hear 'em screaming my name. And all I really wanted was the fortune and fame. Just to sit back, relax, and ride in my Cadillac. All my ladies out there working hard, I know you're feeling that. All my ladies